donation incentive was met, so I have to do an entire video in an ASMR setting. So I I chose to do Arixmethes Slumbering Isle. I think it's cool. I've never seen anyone play it, and I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try it here. I have a lot of expensive stuff, but it's just blue-green ramp, kind of like the red-green Atali deck you see everywhere, where they just play ramp spells in Atali. This is extremely slow, but it's your 5th copy of Explosive Vegetation. Circuitous Route, Invasion of Zendikar, Migration's Path, Fastwood Surge, and Arixmethes. I don't know how to pronounce that. There's a ton of big stuff, again, just to, do that. We're blue-green. So, we're running as our board wipes. River's Rebuke and Flooded Tears. Because I think that's a good idea. I think you want some kind of sleeper. I'm running some counter spells too, because why not? Early interaction is always nice. But at the end of the day, we're just trying to ramp and win with ramp. Big ramp. No Emrakul. I don't like Emrakul. Don't play it. Alright, let's go. No early ramp. But we have Kama. I think we're keeping this. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Please, not like this. At least I was on the play, so I can't complain that much. Oh, nice. They didn't utilize Landward Elves. Oh, we drew Uro. Oh, yes. I'll probably end up cycling this. But it's an instant, so I can... Oh, no. No. I can't. Rip. Alright. If they have a counterspell, you got it. I suppose I'll play land first. Actually toxic. Okay. Volkmar with the resub. Thank you. The sub notification is probably really loud, but I'm not changing it. Hopefully, our buddy Barack Kama wins this game, because it looks like they have counter spells, which, as we know, is in fact a very toxic way to play Magic. Gretchen seems interesting. I like this. Alright, now we can invade them. If that didn't work, I would have to cultivate. Okay, it worked. What's happening? What? Oh, I guess. Alright, so, problem. I don't have an answer. I guess I'll just play this. That's fine. I actually get another serpent. I think, yeah. They get another upkeep, so. No! No, they scry 2 to the top. No. I think we're gonna lose. Oh, maybe not. I don't know what they scried it to for if they're not winning the game instantly. That's weird. Wow. Okay. I guess we didn't lose. I don't know why. Whatever it was, it must have been really weird to not, like, scry to the bottom because it didn't win instantly. I don't really care about my commander, so I might as well just play it, right? Sure. Not really doing much at all. But my opponent seems very interested in countering it. I just don't like this. It is so slow and not doing anything. Just let it sit and play. It's a 12/12. But it's just a land for like 12 years. Very weird. Or how the kids say, Sussy Baka. Whoa, what? Okay. We like this. We like this a lot. Yeah, that was pretty good for me. It's Sissy Baka now. Oh, my bad. Bakosi. Okay, they got rid of Nissa. They get a bunch of lands, but that's fine. It doesn't win the game. They still have to draw something crazy. Only 11 lands? Whoa, okay. I'd figured it'd be like 20. Sure. They scry 2 again? What? Okay. Sure. I mean, they're not man lands. My opponent has omniscience, basically. So I don't really care about their extra lands in the graveyard. Oh. So I gotta play it before the midnight clock, but that's fine. Let's run this out, see what happens. That's a very good last card. So they can play Nissa for X for like 1 trillion, but I guess they can hit me a lot with flyers. Maybe that was wrong. We'll see. I can tap down the flying lands, so they can't even swing with them with comma. So I guess it doesn't matter if they recast their commander. But it was probably wrong to swing at it. Okay. I don't know why they're manually tapping. Very strange. Don't think it's that relevant. I think I should have swung at them last turn. I'm not going to tap a bunch of lands, though. With comma. There's not much they could have that's a problem anyways. Ulamog is kind of annoying, but it doesn't stop the problem. That doesn't do anything. It draws some cards, I guess, but it costs mana to draw cards. That's fine. So they can do it again. They still have Ulamog mana. Oh, this doesn't look like Ulamog. Okay, that doesn't do anything. It kills a 3/3. Okay, still doesn't do anything. I'm not going to be able to play Titan, but it's not doing much anyways, because the midnight clock. Sure. Yeah, I think that. I mean, I can't do anything about it. I have the chance to redraw it now, though. I. uh, 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 oh my god. Okay. You gonna stifle Tails it? Yo, looks like they do have a stifle. Okay. Or some unsummon? Yeah, fine. That's fine. You got it. I'm not gonna stifle their. I'm just not gonna stifle that. Okay, well. Let's see. Tap one. Sack. They take. Block, block, block. Okay, unfortunately, my opponent is dead. Oh, no, they're not dead. Oh, my bad. My bad. I just forced them to block with their mana dork and stuff that draws cards. But yeah, they weren't dead. Alright, so we just leave up Tail's End. I don't even know if I want to counter Uro. I prefer to counter like Ulamog or something. Yeah, I think Uro's fine. Maybe it isn't. They can just they can escape it though. What is this game? What is happening? This is what happens when two blue-green decks just bump into each other. Okay, that doesn't do much. I mean, they got half the lands out of their deck already. You should absolutely play this off the top. Yeah, there you go. And that one. Okay, well, that was really good. Oh. That Nissa Ultimate's looking real rough right now, huh? That Nissa Ultimate's it's not feeling good. I mean, now I get to see what they draw. Swan Song. Okay. I guess I'll have to Tails in the Great Henge. They can't do this again, so maybe I should Tails in it. They can't do it again. Never mind. All right. Oh, yep. They can untap that to gain 2 life again with Kiora, which is probably a good idea. I want Tamio, so I'm gonna have this get countered. And then Tamio can pick up Ulamog or something. Oh, damn. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, so I swing, I tap. They have to have something here or they're dead. Oh, I said that last time and I was wrong. They're at 12. I think that's exactly lethal. They do have to have something. Unfortunately, this doesn't work. Nice. All right. That was a crazy game. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen anyone play Nissa before either. All right. So we added Return of the Wild Speaker and Riskar's expertise. And we took out some nonsense and we added Into the North and some Snowlands because Rampant Growth should have been in here. I think I'll put this on blue because I have Archmage's Charm. I want to see another tap land so I can cheat out my Midnight Clock or just another land at all. Alright, nope. Alright, it's still resolved though. It's still resolved. So this is a creature. Essence Scatter is a problem. This is the 4 mana Atraxa, not the 5 or 7 mana one. Okay, well I have Uro in my deck. I don't like that at all. I mean, I even have Midnight Clock in play. There's like no reason to do that. Alright, so leaving up Archmage's Charm feels good, but I don't know if I can. I mean, I guess I can. I have other things I can do, right? I can Growth Spiral, cycle this. I'll probably end up cycling this, actually. My opponent needs a green... They need another land here. And it can't be a blue or white mono-colored land. Alright, it came in tapped. Ooh, I should have Migration Path first. Yeah, that was a mistake. Alright, wasn't punished, but should have done it in a better order. So now I'll play you. Yeah. And then pass. If I don't use my mana, I can sink it into the Midnight Clock. Opponent doesn't do anything? Okay. I think this favors me, going back and forth doing nothing. I can cast this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. Okay. I think I prefer this over my commander. Just putting lands into play. And I'm not going to swing at Jace. Don't see a reason to. I could have went for my commander though. Who knows? It's probably not very good. Like, it will never connect as a 12/12, and I'd rather not have my land get blown up. So Atraxa only proliferates, and it's only proliferating something that's not really that relevant, right? This doesn't... Oh, well, actually, maybe. They can mill my Archmage's Charm. I don't particularly care about that. I was just going to use it to draw two. Yeah, now I just don't have to spend the mana to draw. Oh, I lost Flood of Tears, though. I would like Crucible of Worlds in play before I cast my... Or before the Midnight Clock does its thing. So I always have access to this. I guess I could do this first, though. This is just good. So I'll put a counter. Is Atraxa an artifact? No, Atraxa is not. So a shield counter and a 4/4. Alright. I would like to get the Crucible of Worlds in play and avoid some sort of mind control effect. It's very unlikely I get to resolve this Crucible, though. And if I played Crucible and this got countered, I can't get it back because the Midnight Clock. So I don't see a reason to play the Crucible Worlds when I don't have access to my graveyard. Alright, well, they have an exile effect. Didn't want to see that. But we can kill one of their commander... Or, I call them commander. I always do that. Kill one of their planeswalkers. That doesn't have vigilance, does it? Oh, it does. Okay. Oh, no, Jace minuses, right. Never mind. I don't actually have a good attack. Well, I mean... You got it. I cannot cast anything with it. Let's see what happens when I do this. Alright, looks like they don't have a counterspell. I have no attack, but I don't get back the Titan because of the Midnight Clock. Which I mean, probably a fair trade because I get to draw 7 cards. Oh, is it a Tail's End? Okay. So I never draw with that. How come I'm unable to use this? How come I can't cast that? Oh, they exiled my only permanent. They exiled my only permanent. I see. Okay, I don't have anything for Crucible Worlds. Okay, so can I Tameo anything good? I can bounce everything with Flood of Tears, so I have the mana. 1, 2, 3, 4. I do have the mana. Okay, so I guess I'll just bounce my opponent's board. And I get to hit them for like a lot of damage. I could just bounce... Yeah, let's take Sublime Epiphany. Bounce that. Kill Kaya. Yeah, there's more options in this card. Let's do that. So... bounce their commander.
copy my Paradise Druid and draw a card. So now I have a 12/12. Ooh, this is cool. Ooh. Oh no, this doesn't tap for blue though. Have to kill this, and I guess I'll harass this. Alright, so pretty likely they have removal. I can get back. And I don't really have any permanents with Crucible Worlds. I'm not going to put my commander in the graveyard. Hitting them for 12 is weird when they just get to exile my commander, and I can't hit them for 12 again. Put this to my hand. Okay. Honestly, that is pretty good for me, I think. Like, all things considered, that's probably one of the better outcomes. Tamiyo gets to reset as well. Again, I have Uro in my deck. They're just doing this to draw, though, to be fair. They're not doing it to, like, attack me, like, in a crazy way or anything. They're just doing it to draw. So we lead with this. We also get another shot at the midnight clock, which is nice. I can play this and counterspell. So let's play this, sacrifice a forest for an island in a forest. So I have 4. I can play Cold Steel Heart, or do I want to play Paradise Druid? This harasses their Planeswalker. I guess I'll do that. And then I'll leave up Counterspell. It's the only card in my hand my opponent doesn't know about. They could have a discard spell, though. We'll see. I think I will counter Atraxa. I think. It's not even that scary. I can just Tamiyo again and Sublime Epiphany again. So Atraxa isn't actually a big deal. Proliferating a Jace isn't doing that much. They have like a jank Phyrexian Arena, basically. Choose up to... Alright, I'll just counter that. Screw it. So one more spell, and I have a 12/12. If they tap out, I get to really mess their day up. That could have been untapped, but it wasn't. So if they do have a counterspell, it's probably going to hit Tamiyo. But that means they countered something, and I don't know, that's probably good for me. Alright, so do I lead with an attack? I think I do. It'd be nice to know that I can kill this. Alright, that's fine. So they had a removal spell, kind of a jank one. But you got it. Yeah. I can't punish this because I didn't Tamiyo in response to like bounce the token or anything. But at that point they could just -2 instead of -1. Alright, so we play Tamiyo and probably pick up a counterspell. I guess it's a really good thing I didn't activate my commander and have it get exiled. Let's see, I want this. I don't want to make this a 12/12. There's no reason. Can play a land. Can play Tameo. Kind of need to pick up a counter spell. So I'll just do that. And can I play this? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can, but it means the midnight clock can't get blown up or anything. Is it worth it to put this into play? Maybe it isn't. Maybe I just don't need to risk my Mana Rock getting blown up and I lose access to Sublime Epiphany because of that. Oath of Kaya. That's really annoying. I don't want to lose Tameo, so I think I'm just going to cast this. Bounce, draw, counter. So we bounce probably Wandering Emperor. And I draw. There's a good chance they have a counter spell. But I think I need to try to keep my Tameo safe. Because the -2 means I get to do this again. Wow, nothing. So leaving up Wandering Emperor and who knows what else. The longer this goes on, the more I think my opponent actually doesn't have anything. Crucible Worlds is not looking great right now. Maybe I can find something? Yeah, let's see if we can find, I don't know. I think Tail's End is ideal. Alright, we didn't hit Tail's End. No, we hit some... We also didn't hit any permanents. Alright, so at this point I am interested in... No, they're the Wandering Emperor, right? I gave them that back. I was going to say making my commander a creature, but they can just exile it, and that's just not good for me. So I'll just put in a bunch of big stuff. If any of it dies that isn't exiled, I can do this again. Finally getting Crucible of World value. And I don't have the mana for Mind, so I'll just play this. And pass. Elder Gargaroth has Vigilance as well. Okay, that's finally not an exile. It finally is not an exile effect. I can actually utilize my Crucible of Worlds for value. I could have let Tameo die with the Crucible, right? Can reanimate this, because it's not just creatures. But I think just casting my spells, like leaving up Epiphany for like 2 turns is just locking down a lot of mana. Okay, well... Do they minus here? Or do they just plus? This has trample. But they have a 4/4 death touch. No, they do minus. Okay, so I draw a card. Oh, right, Tameo. Tameo means they can't... I can't... This happened last time. This actually happened really recently. You can't mess with stuff with Tameo. I cannot sacrifice permanents. Although drawing a card wouldn't have been the worst thing. Maybe you should mill yourself because I have Crucible and Tameo. Should probably start milling themselves. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Well, maybe not. they have the 20 or more card clause, so maybe not. This Jace is starting to draw a lot of cards. Alright. So, on board, I can kill Wandering Emperor. Okay, never mind. The proliferate. Right. They added a counter to my... that's awesome. They added a counter to this. Okay, so let's... I mean, honestly, maybe it's the point where I can just River of Tears now. Maybe that's just... Or, excuse me, Flood of Tears. Is probably just, like, what I should do. I do actually think they have Swords to Plowshares. Not much I can do about it. Alright, let's get back Tamio. Oh no, I can't cast Tamio and Flood of Tears. Flood of Tears is not an instant. Yeah. Maybe I just shouldn't have done this. I mean, it doesn't matter. That means I'm just not using the conduit. Okay. I'm just gonna... We're doing this. They besage you, my commander. Okay. Put Palaka Worm into play. Midnight Clock. No, I want this. This is a wild game. Let's play this. And this. Yeah, this is a crazy game. Okay. Opponent has 12 mana. They don't need Key to the Archive untapped to cast the majority of the spells off of this thing. This is the third go-round of Midnight Clock. It's the third go-round of it. Oh, they found Lightning Bolt. They got rid of Lightning Bolt. Pretty poor Key to the Archive there. So they probably minus this. Probably. Yeah, I think they have to minus this, actually. If they're going to cast it, they can't exactly plus it. Alright, so I get back Tamio and actually cast it this time. Play a land out of my graveyard and pick up Sublime Epiphany, I think. Yeah, that makes sense to me. And I cannot do anything else. I can do this. Yeah, alright. I have a bunch of crap in my hands, so... Oh, hey, it's Kama. Look at that. Alright, well, I can't cast it because of Crucible Worlds, but this is definitely still worth it, in my opinion. I don't really care about Liliana making a zombie. I'm not going to bounce it. on their upkeep. I would at least like to attack a spell on the stack. Oh, I hate this. Look at that mana clipping. Look at that. Ugh. Alright. I'll basically counter anything. So they did it before they would make a zombie. So they probably have a counter spell. Because otherwise they just like didn't activate in response. I'm going to counter this because it draws 3 cards now. And that's kind of a problem. Yeah, they definitely wanted to plus their Liliana first. Yep, definitely wanted to do that. Okay, short. So I can cast Mind, but I can't like draw into a counterspell. No reason to do it in response to anything. I guess in this, well, no, still, is like if I'm gonna bounce this, it goes. The loyalty is reset, but I'm always bouncing it. I think the mana sink for my opponent is ideal for me. If Tamiyo lives, they cannot minus Liliana to kill it because of the sack thing, the sack clause. My opponent's actually not seen that many cards. We've seen, well, they've milled us a bunch, but we've seen like a lot. Alright, so I'm going to name, I don't know, Ulamog. My opponent probably is aware it's in my deck already. So we want Ulamog. See if we hit it. Nope. No dice. Alright, so I play Kama. Can't be countered. I'm not going to River's Rebuke. I'd rather not bounce Key to the Archive. I think that's a problem. Or can be a problem. I suppose I could have played this first. Because I'm not leaving anything up. Yeah. Unless I want to dig through the Midnight Clock really fast. Which I'm not sure I do. I don't know. I think I'm just going to play this. Yeah, I should have played it first. I don't think it's a big deal, though. There's a chance I'm just not going to turn it into a creature when I get the chance anyways. But it was the correct line to do that. Alright, so I play this. I can also just activate this again. I think I will. Counterspell? Do I use this now? I don't think so. I can actually plummet with it. I can cast Plummet on Atraxa. So here they're going to cast the Wandering Emperor. But it's not really doing that much. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to Plummet Atraxa. Because the Liliana ultimate... Well, wait. As long as Tamiyo's still in play... This doesn't actually do anything, and my opponent is aware of that because it happened earlier in this game. If they're paying attention, or remember. So they can't actually ultimate so long as I have... Oh! So long... We were like, were we one card off of the correct Tamiyo name? I think we were, or was that 2 cards? I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you. I don't remember. Too far behind. No, opponent, it doesn't work! It doesn't work! No! Okay, you know what? They could just need to draw. They could need to draw. Don't know what their hand is. In all fairness. Yep. They're not close to any kind of ultimate, so this is fine. I'm gonna plummet Atraxa, though. Okay, now that's kind of a problem. I cannot plummet anymore. Actually, I can't do anything. Because, yeah, I literally can't respond to anything, so I'll just tap out. I could have made a plummet, but then I can't cast it, obviously, so... This doesn't give hexproof, there's no reason to tap anything. Yep. Alright, this is really, really bad now. That extra turn is going to be very bad. I have to do something soon. River's Rebuke isn't bad. I might do that instead of Ulamog. I guess I have the mana for both, actually. So if they have Tameo, I'm almost just dead. Because recurring their extra turn over and over would make me lose this game. I have no idea what they have remaining here. Apparently neither does my opponent. Yeah, we're losing Tameo. They did not plus the Wandering Emperor first. Interesting. So they're just making another 2/2, I guess. We can get that back with Crucible. Until they deal with Crucible, my graveyard is an issue. Until the midnight clock resolves. Alright, they're not interested in cashing into Fairy to bounce anything. That makes sense. That makes sense. So we're just going to River's Rebuke, I think? Or I could just exile Teferi and Liliana. Maybe that makes more sense. Alright, yeah, see, like I thought, my opponent missequenced. I assumed they would. We're going to plus, so they should have done it pre-combat. Not a big deal. Just one less life. Alright, so we actually did get to untap. They didn't go crazy. I think I'm going to deal with... I could just River's Rebuke first and see what happens, and then Ulamog. Or I could just Ulamog. I need to deal with Liliana, and probably need to deal with Teferi. Teferi cannot bounce Ulamog, because I get to do it again. So Teferi isn't that scary. Everything my opponent can bounce isn't a big deal. So maybe it's wrong to deal with that. Atraxa is annoying. I don't have a solid answer for it, but Atraxa doesn't do much if they don't have a bunch of stuff in place. So this is always going, and the Wandering Emperor makes tokens, which is annoying. I'm probably going to find myself in more trouble if I don't deal with Teferi, because I do have counter spells in my deck. I think it's just asking for problems. Yep, we remove a counter here. They they proliferate the counters on this. That's really cool. Alright, so play this. I can harass Wandering Emperor, kind of. So line up the shot is still on the table. I'm going to have to line up the shot soon, because I'm going to shuffle away my hand soon. I don't think I want a River's Rebuke. Maybe I should. It does tax my opponent's mana, like, a lot. And I'm running out of... No, I think I'm going to save it for a turn. I can definitely take 6 damage here, right? Yeah, I'm just going to leave up you line up the shot. A Sphinx's Rev would be bad, but I think my opponent would have done that on their own turn to, you know, actually utilize their hordes of mana in an efficient manner, especially with a bunch of sorcery speed threats. So I can't expect this. Alright, you create... Oh. I'm dead? I'm dead because they can cast this at a sorcery. Or instant because of Teferi. Toxic 1... Okay, so I can block 2 of them? Make this indestructible. And then I make a 1/1. Oh, I'm going to go to 9 Infect? I think. I'm getting too loud for the ASMR crowd. I'm sorry. Alright, so destroy all. And then they get a bunch of tokens. I can block 3 of them with the comma token. I can naturalize one, right? These are artifacts, so I do have a naturalize for another one. So I'm going to almost dead, but not quite. And then I can River's Rebuke. Alright, so my opponent's getting rid of this, but I still get the token. There's nothing I can do to save this, right? This doesn't do anything. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. Alright, so this dies. I think I'm going to put a stop here. Hold on. I'm going to put a stop here. So we let this resolve. We let this resolve. Because I can't afford them to top deck an answer to a spell. So let's do this. Conjure, naturalize. And then cast said naturalize. So I have 2 blockers. I go to 9 infect. And I really need them to not draw or have another removal spell. So I am asking of a lot, but it's possible. Okay. 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 It looks like I get to live. Go to blocks. Take 9 infect. Yep. Oh no, Atraxa! No! Atraxa proliferate! No, dude, not like this. No! Wow. Oh my goodness, the Teferi with the ultimate card. Unbelievable. There's nothing I can do. That's so disappointing. That's so disappointing. I really wanted to win this. Because I can River's Rebuke, and then I, like, finally stabilize. There's just nothing. Yeah, there's literally there's nothing I can do. Wow, what a game. They needed that removal spell. Man, that sucks. What a game. That was, like, one of their only removal spells they played the entire game, too. Wow. I wonder how long it was in their hand. Okay. We could have played that a little bit different, but again, the sorcery speed, perfect amount of infect, there's nothing I can do, right? It's because of Teferi, I didn't have another counter spell. Midnight Clock was shut down 3 times. But if I untapped and I River's Rebuked them, I also can't even swing with Ulamog because they can just exile it with Wandering Ember. But I do have to bounce these, otherwise I'm dead to them. So that game wasn't over. We were probably going to start pulling ahead. My opponent finally ran out of gas. It was just the last possible thing they could have done. Turn this game around. Right? I don't know what this card was, but... Huh. I'm probably going to have to rewatch this game to see where I maybe made a mistake or something. The Teferi was just a problem. More of a problem than I thought. I don't think the Ulamog targets could have been different in any relevant way. I couldn't make this a creature. There was a time where I actually could have played this before I played one spell, but that wouldn't have stopped this from becoming a creature anyways. I could have dug for 1 card off of this, but I don't know what it could possibly be, because after the fact I'd only have 1 mana. I don't have Unsummon in my deck or anything like that. I have the 2 mana bounce spells, but I don't have the mana for that. What an interesting game. I'm so disappointed I lost that. I really thought I had it. Alright, GG's. That was a slugfest. Double green on turn 1 is not good for Archmage's Charm, but that's fine. This is a bad matchup, isn't it? This is the Kulain deck, except it's Sultai instead of Bant. It's just Sultai Kulain. What does this do? It's a 1-1 with no text on it, basically. Yep, tap land. Okay, this card has caused me great strife in my life, so hopefully it does the same for my opponent. I will play my commander. It's like the same thing as this, except obviously this lets me start removing counters. Alright, so it's what your second, when you draw your second, gain 2 life, lose 2 life. Alright, so with their commander, they offset the black market connections. It looks like I get to untap with a counter spell, though. Specifically, Epiphany. Because I don't have triple blue, I only have double blue. Alright, I mean, is there a reason to play this? I feel like there isn't. I don't think there's a reason to play that. Can I play this and leave up a counterspell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just going to leave up Epiphany. I might as well now, because if I'm not doing it now, I'm like never doing it. So, bounce connections? Whoa, okay. Draw, copy, bounce, counter. So we counter, we bounce connections, we copy Mystic, and I draw. Yeah, it's a good thing I kept that up. Ooh, portal. How close am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not really that close. Also, really nothing to steal with it, but... Why are they playing this? I guess it's just a... Oh, I guess it's got some stuff. I don't know. It's a weird card. Really weird, actually. So, maybe I'll draw 2 lands in a row and I can Epiphany? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Opponent's at 10, but I'm not exactly pressuring their life total. So I need another blue source if I'm going to Archmage's Charm at some point. So let's go get a blue source. I think this is mandatory. I can foretell this if I Mind Stone. I don't really have anything else to do, so... I don't know the last time I foretold Alrund's Epiphany, actually. I don't think they have a lot of counter spells in their deck. This taps for just 1? Yeah, it just taps for 1. Okay. Whenever you draw your second... Have they drawn a card? Did they draw off of this already? If they did, then... Whenever a creature you control dies... Oh wow. Alright. I'm almost doing the draw 12 here. Almost. Not quite. Portal to Phyrexia is not looking too good when they have these many like goofy tokens and stuff. Alright, well now it got even worse. Alright, so I always just do this. I would like the game to leave up double... Why'd they say oops? Oh, they control a snake, so they didn't get a snake. I see. Opponent did not get a snake there. Alright, making it 12-12 is cool and all. Is my opponent actually dead? Hold on, are they dead? Archmage's Charm, the Death Touch token, and they're dead? Or it's not a token. Take this. Oh my goodness, my opponent is dead. Wow. No, it doesn't have trample. I thought it had trample. Dude, I don't even know how to read. I don't even know how to read. I don't even know how to read. Obviously would have loved to leave up a counterspell instead, but whatever. That was definitely a mistake. I guess I'll play Invasion. Yeah, get more blue mana. It does force my opponent to deal with what's in play right now. This isn't like the worst thing. I shouldn't have swung with the Llanowar Elves, obviously. It's free to draw an extra card here because they lose 2, gain 2. But they do not. So they have a different way to draw a card instead. Which is, you know, half the deck's plan. That does not draw. That... What the hell does this do? Whenever you draw your second spell, you steal 2 life. Sure. Okay. Still doesn't draw the second spell. Or second card for the turn. I really thought this had trample. Doesn't draw. That's the Skull Clamp, right? The unnerfed, or the nerfed Skull Clamp. Alright. My opponent almost could have killed me with damage there. It was actually really close. So do we play Portal? I think I'm gonna just risk Gar's Expertise. Draw 12. And I can put... Oh, I cast anything. So I guess I cast Growth Spiral? It's definitely the one to pick here, I think. Okay. So now I can cast Signet. Actually, you know what? I think leaving up double counterspell is better. Because currently on board, I'm not, like, immediately dead. If I swing, they draw. So I guess I just fly for 2. They don't have any reach. I am almost dead, though, like on board. Almost dead. So let's play a land. Do I have a blue source? I do. And leave up a bunch of stuff. So let's get rid of a bunch of lands here. Okay. Yep. Alright. They are not nearly as dead as I thought. They have a 1 mana removal spell? What is this? Oh no, they have 2 mana. They have 2 mana. Fatal Push. Well, that's annoying. Alright. My hand is stacked, but it's still not looking good here. Ugh. Oh, we're so close to dead. They don't have a... Wait, am I dead? Let's see. Block, block, block. I think I was dead. Block, block, block. No, I went to 1. I go to 1 life. Okay. So, let's... Good lord. Do I want another land? I suppose I would like a land in play. Fine. Okay, so... They can put me to 1? Yeah. If I let them untap with this, I'm just dead, so let's take care of these. I think I just go to 1 here. Okay, now I just go to 3. I don't have anything else to do except this. Can I recovery anything? See, tap, tap, tap. I can't leave up a counterspell other than Essence Scatter. I think I'm like forced to. Let's see, tap, tap, take. Yeah. I think the biggest issue is that, so let's pick up you and pass. I can't swing with the birds anymore. I'm at 3. Block, block. Yeah, okay. Technically not dead on board. Okay, it doesn't change anything. I'm not going to counter it. I can't really afford to counter anything unless I'm basically going to die to it. Okay, so they can recur their graveyard, but it is slow and costs a lot of life. Probably not a big deal, though. I need River's Rebuke or something to, like, win on the spot. I go to 8. What does this do? You draw your second card. Alright, I kind of need to counter that. They can just do it again, but I need to force them to do it again. The fact that they were able to sacrifice this is so bad. Like, it avoided the exile effect of Ulamog, so they can just keep doing this, which is really, really bad. Okay, so they can take 2 life when I block, and now I think I'm dead. I block, block, block. I take 4. Yeah, I'm dead now. Actually, they have a ton of ways to kill me. I need them to like mess up combat, and then I need to draw like, oh, they didn't swing. I would have been dead if they swung, but now I can't really do anything. Um, I guess I can leave up Ashnod, but I'm dead to the things in play, so it doesn't matter anymore. I play this, I go to 1, and then they untap and kill me. I can't reanimate anything, so I think I have to find something off of this. No idea what it could be. Like River's Rebuke, Rivers of Tears is alright, I guess. Yeah, this is bad. I don't think I'm gonna. Don't think we're getting there. Alright, this is uncastable. Okay, let's do this. I don't have a bunch of mana anymore, though. Also, didn't draw it anyways. Okay, so Wormcoil would have been nice. Actually, Wormcoil would have been amazing here. Tameo can't do anything. Damn, that sucks. Oh, so close. Swinging is obviously useless. I poke him for 2. I can't give this thing trample. Yeah, that's lame. Alright. Okay, so I didn't really perform too well, but the games were really interesting, and I always had an out, right? Like, there's always a card when the board is gummed up and things are looking crazy. There is some kind of card in my deck that would eventually get me out of it if it went long enough. Like, I have solved the equation to find Flood of Tears or the other one I can't. River's Rebuke and Flood of Tears are right next to each other, right? Just to unsummon everything on my opponent's board and then just kill them with a giant swing. If I drew that, I would have won, right? I would have won that last game I played, but yeah, doesn't pan out too well. The issue with like counter spells and ramp spells is you can't like tap out for ramp and leave up your counter magic still. So you kind of have to choose. And it's probably right early to just cast the ramp spells, which I haven't been doing. So it might be correct to do that. That's also the issue with just expensive counter spells. Archmage's Charm is triple blue. You're not really ever going to get to that when you're playing like Llanowar Elves on turn 1, right? That just doesn't, they don't play nicely together at all. But I mean, it's still a divination. I think I like this still. Maybe, I don't know. But this is a very fun commander. I really like this commander. It's super cool. It's just another. It's like your command zone has a explosive vegetation in it that can sometimes be a 12/12. Like that's just pretty cool. It's just solid. You can't hate it. It's very hard for your opponent to actually kill it. So if you don't, it's like when you play Kama in your sideboard or something, or your command zone. You just have something in here that's like, all right, it just sits there. It's kind of scary, but there's plenty of ways to answer Kama. Like this, it's like, it's just a land. It just taps for 2. It's just a Simic growth chamber. It just sits there without bouncing a land to your hand. And it can become a 12/12 if you want it to. And you don't have to. You don't have to make it a 12/12. You can just have it be a land. I think that's fine. And it lets you guarantee a turn 4 ramp spell every game. So you might be able to get away with not playing any 5s, right? You get to 4, and then you play this, and you get straight to 6. So you could probably take out Jace and Gargaroth. I still like the Wild Speaker and Primal Command, though. But you can probably get rid of these and add more 6-mana spells. Or some sort of weird cantrip, or another 2-mana counterspell. I wouldn't want another 3rd one really at all. Just another cheap interaction spell, or maybe even a Mana Dork or something to quickly and always have it, just like Atali's trying to play a ramp spell on turn 2 or have a Mana Dork on 1, and then next turn cultivate, and then the next turn you know, any vegetation. So if you're more in on that style, you can just add more cheap ramp spells instead. But I want it to be bigger and slower and more fancy. It just didn't quite make it there. But it could have. Every game I lost, it was actually really down to the wire, and I had outs. It wasn't like this unwinnable position for like 3 turns. I always had something I could find. Every game I lost, I actually did cast Ulamog too. It's funny. But alright, we'll leave it there. Let me know what you thought about this list. It was fun to play. I like this commander. Like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching. See you guys next time.